Hi, women of WiRE. It's Peggy Speicher, and I'm coming to you today to talk about creating loyalty with your team members. And it really works in a lot of aspects of your life, but today I wanted to talk about your team members because I think most of us in this group either have a team or are trying to create a team. But whichever it is, I hope this information will be helpful to you in the future, whether you're creating a team now or later. So I'm just going to wait a couple of more seconds before we get started with the broadcast and see if anybody's watching live now. Okay. Let's get started. So I had a little story to tell, and this all came about this subject came up with Debbie because of a story that happened recently. I think most of you know that Chris and I recently announced that the Speicher group is expanding to the island of Maui in the Hawaiian Islands. So we're really, really excited about this new adventure that we're embarking on. And one of our biggest concerns, of course, for moving to Maui full time was, what about the team? You know, do we sell the team? Do we try to continue to operate the team remotely, or what do we do? So long story short, we did have an offer for somebody else to buy our team, and it was a very good offer. It was very lucrative, could have been great for us. But at the end of the day, we felt that we had built something from scratch, something that we really loved, and people that we really, really love and care about. And we just didn't believe that that the team could continue in the same way under this new leadership. So we canceled the sale, and we're moving to Hawaii at the end of March. And we are going to continue our business here in Maryland, both here in Bethesda and also our small team that we have at the beaches of Maryland and Delaware. So the story goes like this. We called the whole team together in a lunch conference, and we announced to the team exactly what I just said, that we had an offer to sell, and we declined the offer, and we decided to keep the team together and to continue running it while we relocate to Hawaii. And this was one of the most nervous moments of my life. Honestly, I felt like it could have gone either way, where the team would have all walked out and said, you know, this isn't for us, this isn't going to work. But the opposite happened. And what happened was every single one of the team members applauded us. They hugged us and kissed us, and they said, good for you, you go live your dream. We're supporting you, we're behind you, and Speicher Group will stay together, and we'll just keep on doing what we do. So that was a great moment for us, and a great testament to the solid team that we've built. Not only what we provide for our agents and the success that they're seeing in our little group and in the structure that we built for them, but more than that, it's the loyalty, the anxious, enthusiastic response that we got from them. And their number one message to us was, go live your dreams. We're so proud of you, and you set a great example for us. So when I told some other friends and Debbie about this story, and I'm so delighted to share it with everyone and so proud of it, they said to me, what are the things that created this loyalty within your team? What are the things that you do within your team that created a situation where you can go 4,500 miles away and still run the team and still have their loyalty? So I wrote down 5 key things that I believe are some of the most important factors that we've stuck to while we're building this team that creates this great loyalty. So number 1 is trusting and respecting your team members, trusting them to do the job that you hired them to do. You know, most of us that are team leaders or any level of success in this business, one of the big problems that people like us have is letting go of control and not being a control freak and not micromanaging every aspect of every deal, and being able to trust that somebody else can do it, even if they don't do it perfectly and even if they don't do it right every time, but allowing them, giving them enough respect so that they feel confident to do the job, and that you're going to trust them to do that in every instance. And what happens over time is that they get better at their job. They know that you trust them and they want to do a good job for you because they have that mutual respect back to you, and the gratitude for you trusting them and respecting them, and they're giving that back to you. So that's number one, trusting and respecting every single person on your team. And if you don't trust and respect them, it's probably a good time to part ways with them. Second is backing them up no matter what. So it happens when you're in a high volume team and you're doing a lot of real estate transactions, you're going to have things that either get forgotten, somebody makes a mistake, or something falls through the cracks. And when that happens with our agents or our admins, anyone on the team, we go to bat for them. We back them up 100%. And if there's a financial penalty to us for that mistake, we split that with the agent, so that not only their success is our success, but their heartaches and their financial disappointments, we share in those as well. And I think that goes a long way toward the agent loyalty, the team loyalty, is knowing that no matter what happens, even if they totally messed up and it was their fault, we're going to back them up. We're going to go to bat for them, fight for them, and share in any expense that is caused by that. So the number 3 tip that I would have for creating loyalty is being more than fair. Being more than fair with your agents. And I'm not talking about splits. I'm talking about things like when let's see, like let's say a lead comes in to the database and somebody that I know, and it should be my client, but they took the lead, and so they were hoping that it would be their client, something like that. In every single circumstance, we want to be more than fair. Give them more opportunity than you have for yourself, because you're the team leader. You're always going to have more opportunity than the team members. And when it comes down to an opportunity for you or for them, you always want to be more than fair in their favor. Give it to them, because let's face it, their success, again, is your success. So that's another tip that has gained us a lot of points in loyalty, I think, over the years. And I can't say it enough. Their success is your success. So number 4 would be training them. Do everything you can every day, whether it's a training video, explaining new forms to them, having a meeting together where you're explaining something new about financing, or like for an example, just something small that I shared with my team this morning. I had a very difficult home inspection over the last week. And one of the things that I just naturally do is to write at the bottom of my communication with my buyers a couple of things. Remember to carefully review this document to be sure that it accurately reflects what you're expecting me to ask of the seller. Please be sure to go back to the home inspector if you have any questions, because I am not an expert in construction or plumbing or electrical. And also, whatever the outcome is here with negotiating these inspection items, I support you. This is my message to the buyers that I'm working with, because we have really very difficult home inspection that we're negotiating. So that's just something that I put in the bottom of every email when I'm working with a buyer and we have a terribly difficult inspection. And so that language just comes naturally to me because I've been in the business 28 years, but it occurred to me that all my agents that are grinding this out every day might not have had that thought or have that advantage or can articulate those things very well. So I just copied and pasted that little message to my team members and said, if you get into a tough situation with a home inspection, make sure you convey this kind of a message to your buyer clients. And so the team just wrote back to me, great language. They squirreled that away for when they need it. And it's just another thing in their arsenal for them to use when things get stressful or tough. So sharing and training, that's another big one. Always be sharing and training with them to lift them up and help them to feel more confident. The next thing that I wrote down about creating loyalty is including your team members in every big decision. Including your team members in the decision-making processes when you grow the team, when you actually add members to your team, is really critical. So for example, when we get to the point where everyone's booked all day, every day, and there's just no more bandwidth at all on the team, and we feel like we're really desperate for more team members, before we start the interview process, we go to the team and we explain what's going on from our perspective, and we say, we're not hiring because we want to take opportunity away from you. We're hiring because we know that you're also busy and we can't handle anymore. So we get a unanimous decision from the team that yes, we're going to move forward and hire another agent or hire another admin or whatever it is. Adding another member to the team is just one example of including our agents in big decisions. Also, when we have the opportunity to move offices or rent additional space or anything like that, we go to the team and we say, what are your thoughts on this? What location would you like? What kind of setup would you like? And how can we make your job easier, more profitable? So including them in decision-making process, I think, has gone a long way toward creating loyalty within the team. And then the last one on my list for today, which is definitely not the least important, maybe the very most important, is really taking the time to get to know each member of the team and what makes them tick. Because in any large group, any successful team, you're going to have lots of different personality types. That's one of the things that makes it successful, is that the yin and the yang of it all, and everybody works a little bit differently and has different strengths and different weaknesses. So learning about your agents and your team members, what's important to them, what are their life goals, what's a challenge for them, either on a daily basis or overall in their lives. Is it health, or is it marriage troubles, or is it ailing parents, or is it oh gosh, it could be anything. But learning about what's important to them and supporting them with those challenges that they have, and letting them know that you're there for them every day, and actually being there for them every day. Recently, one of my agents said that she had a difficult time with her morning routine. And so I said, I'll be your accountability partner. I'll be there for you. And so every morning we text each other, and I want her to know that it matters to me that she feels in control of her schedule, and it matters to me that she feels successful. And these are tools that I can help her with to get to where she wants to be. And not to say like you need to go and find an accountability partner, but taking the time to care and to really get to know what's important to them, what they need, and what it is that we can provide to them. Now, we can't always fix everything. We can't always provide everything that they need, but we can do a lot. But we can't do it unless we know what it is that makes them tick, what is important to them, and what it is that we can help them with to be successful. But that's my list for today. Those are my top tips on creating loyalty, creating a team that can exist and thrive and outperform even you, even when you're 4,500 miles away and on a different time zone. So I hope this is really helpful to you. I would love to hear your feedback and your successes with your team, and maybe just share. I'm sure there are lots of things that you all are doing to create great loyalty in your teams too. And if you want to post them here to share with the rest of the WiRE group, I'm sure that would be greatly appreciated. Because I know when I was starting the team, I didn't have a clue about how to start or where to start or what to do. And I made a lot of mistakes along the way. So hopefully this will help you to avoid the mistakes that I made in the beginning, and help you to be off to a great start with excellent success, creating loyalty and loving your team. I'm so glad you all joined me. It's so good to see you here, even if it's virtual. And I look forward to your comments, and I will see you again soon on the WiRE.